Now, as the country continues to roll out initiatives to stem the spread of coronavirus, support for the most vulnerable members of the society has also been surging. But the ordinary members of the society are not the only ones feeling the pinch. Groups including the religious leaders have been the most affected, as places of worship have been closed down, prompting a number of leaders to channel their support to them.
Political leaders in Samburu have devised ways to help members of the clergy and other vulnerable faithful during the COVID-19 pandemic period. Samburu West Member of Parliament Naisula Lesuda says the group has been suffering after places of worship were closed due to coronavirus outbreak in the country. Lesuda, who was donating food and non-food stuffs to mosques and churches, alongside former Agricultural Permanent Secretary Dr. Richard Lesiampe and Samburu Women Representative Maison Leshomo, urged Kenyans not to turn a blind eye to their predicaments.
Tunajua kwamba saa hizi makanisa imefungwa, pastors wetu pia wanaumia, washiriki wao pia wanaumia, kuna wale ambao ni vulnerable. Tutasaidia mapastors wetu kwa wale ambao hawajiwezi wakati huu mgumu.
This coming as Samburu Professional Association joined the county and national governments in an effort to mitigate the effects of COVID-19. The association has partnered with the government to distribute essential commodities that would help cushion the residents from contracting COVID-19. The professionals further sensitized the residents on the effects of coronavirus, even as they encouraged them to follow government directives.
If the food has already reached Samburu, please ensure that they are distributed to villages, because these people now don't have any form of livelihood. They depend on animals. They send their animals to buy food. We have closed all the markets through the county government of Samburu, and now they are desperate.
In Narok County, members of the clergy have thrown their weight behind the government's move to close some of its borders in an effort to stem the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Word of Faith Bishop Nicholas Ndavi says more vigilance should be put at Oloposimorom and Isibania borders to stop importation of the disease to the country.
Please, I would like to make a humble request to our brothers, our sons, our daughters, the so-called security of this nation, to work with a lot of integrity, with a lot of care and concern, even pertaining the legislations which are being laid.
In Kiambu, the clergy has called on the government to reopen prayer sanctuaries, even as they acknowledged the gravity of the COVID-19 pandemic. The bishops, reverends, and pastors drawn from various denominations vowed to ensure strict observance to Ministry of Health guidelines to curb the spread of the deadly virus. Elsewhere, proprietors of some children's homes have expressed fear over a possibility of some of the minors under their care going back to the streets due to lack of food and other basic needs resulting from lack of support during this moment of crisis. Bishop Wilson Kirui of Jesus Loves Children Home in Eldoret has called upon well-wishers to come to their aid, noting that it has become hard to feeding the children.
Si lazima uwe na nyingi ndio uweze kufikia wale wanaohitaji. Tunategemea wahisani wale ambao wana moyo wa kuleta chakula, kuleta vitu vya kutumia, ya kusaidia mambo ya kuzuia corona.
Wakati nilianza kushona nikasema nifikirie juu ya watoto ambao hawana wazazi, watoto wenye wako kwa street hawana mask. So nikawa na hiyo neno ya kusema ni mimi naye nikuwe msaada kwa serikali, kwa sababu tuliambiwa mtu yote anaweza fanya kazi yote kusaidia kwa hii corona.
And finally, the Africa Inland Church Cure International Organization has donated food and non-food items to the vulnerable in West Pokot to help cushion the residents from hunger in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. Residents in the county are facing hunger due to effects of coronavirus and the ongoing floods and heavy rains.
Na wale watu tunafikiria zaidi ni wale watu ambao wako na ulemavu, ni wale watu wazee, ni wale watu ni widows or orphans. Na furaha yetu ni kwamba Tumekuja hapa na tumepata huko na statistics za wale watu. Hao watu wote huko na statistics. Na unajua mahali wako, unajua maboma. Tulionyeshwa list ya watu wote mahali wako na tukafurahi sana.
Beatrice Gatonye Ngetich, Channel 1 News.